Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about Consumer Protection Act. It is also called as COPRA or CPA. Now, learning objectives are, by the end of the session, the students should be able to tell what is Consumer Protection Act, different amendments made in the Consumer Protection Act, who are liable and who are not liable, structure of consumer forum, as in district forum, state forum, and national forum. Now let's see what is Consumer Protection Act. As the name tells you, it is for the protection of the consumers. Now the Consumer Protection Act, that is 1986, it came into force on 15th April 1987. Now this is one of the biggest milestones in the history of socio-economic legislation in the country. And it is also one of the most progressive and comprehensive piece of legislation which has been enacted for the protection of consumers. Now, ever since it came into force, there have been different amendments. Now, this act has been amended in 1993, 2002, and 2019 to extend its coverage and scope and to enhance the powers of the redressal machinery. Now, the Consumer Protection Act of 2019, it came into force on 24 July 2020. And the most important thing is that it does not include healthcare under the definition of service. Now, this technical amendment, which was introduced in the Parliament, it removed healthcare from the list of services. Now, in response of this, there were many appeals of the medical professionals who had expressed strong apprehension that Consumer Protection Act was misused by the consumers against them. We have seen so many cases, and even in the news we see. So because of that, this Consumer Protection Act in the amendment of 2019, they removed healthcare from the services of Consumer Protection Act. Now, one of the main objective of this act is to provide for the better protection of the consumer. And this act is intended to provide simple, speedy, and inexpensive redressal to the consumer's grievances and relief of a specific nature and award of compensation wherever appropriate to the consumer. Now, who's liable? All medical dental practitioners doing independent medical dental practice unless rendering only free services. Private hospitals charging all patients. All hospitals having free as well as paying patients. And medical and dental practitioners and hospitals paid by an insurance firm for the treatment of a client or an employment for that of an employee. So all of these are liable under the Consumer Protection Act. Then who's not liable? Now, Consumer Protection Act, it only exempts those hospitals and medical dental practitioners of such hospitals which offer free services to all patients. So that was about the persons or the institutions which are liable and not liable to the Consumer Protection Act. Now, have a look on the structure or the structure of this consumer forums. This act is basically, it envisages a three-tier quasi-judicial machinery. Now it's a three-tier system. So the first at the bottom is your district forum, then comes your state commission, and then comes your national commission. And the final appeal, it goes to the Supreme Court. So initially in the Consumer Protection Act of the 1987, so these forums, they address the problems of the consumers where the claim amount is defined in that particular district and state and national forum. So originally the 1987 Consumer Protection Act, they had claim amount for district forum, it was up to 5 lakhs, state commission it was 5 to 20 lakhs, and national commission it was 20 lakhs. Then they amended this Consumer Protection Act in 2002. So where they increased the redressal money that was from district forum. It was initially it was 5 lakhs. Then in 2002 Consumer Protection Act, they made it 20 lakhs. State Commission, it was 5 to 20 lakhs in 1987. In 2002 they made it to 20 lakhs up to 1 crore. And National Commission in 1987 it was 20 lakhs, whereas in CPA 2002 the National Commission it was over 1 crore. And then final appeal was the same for both the amendments, that is Supreme Court. So here we have the structure as I told you. Then for a person to address or file a complaint in the consumer forum, there shall be a particular defined period. So within a period of 30 days from the date of the notice by the opposite party, and within 150 days if it requires any analysis or testing of a particular commodity, if you have bought something or if you are filing a complaint against a particular commodity, like whether it is expired or it is of some faulty or something like that. So if there is testing and all analysis is required, so within 150 days you can file a complaint. And these forums shall not admit a complaint unless if it is filed within 2 years from the date of the cause of action. So that is one thing. Then a complainant or the opposite party can present his or her own case without the help of a lawyer. So if you are the complainant, you can present the case on your own. You do not need a lawyer. So in the amendment of 2019, in the district forum, jurisdiction was up to 10 million, that is 1 crore. Then state commission, appellate authority over district commission, and original jurisdiction of rupees 10 million to 100 millions. Then in national commission, again it is an appellate authority over the state commission, and original jurisdiction above rupees 100 million. And then final appeal is to the Supreme Court. Now, all these district forums, state commission or national commission, they have these members. So a district forum consists of 3 members. The first person is a person who is or has been or is qualified to be a district judge and who shall be its president. Then there are 2 other members who shall be the persons of ability and integrity and standing and have an adequate knowledge or experience of or shown capacity in dealing with the problems relating to economics, law, commerce, accountancy, industry, public affairs or administration, and one of them shall be a woman. So there are 3 members, 1 president and 2 other members. In that 2 other members, 1 person is a lady. The jurisdiction of this district forum. The district forum shall have jurisdiction to entertain complaints where the value of goods or services and the compensation, if any, has to be claimed, it does not exceed rupees 10 million. Then the state commission. Now again, state commission consists of 3 members. First person is a person who has been judge of high court or appointed by the state government and who shall be its president. Then there are 2 other members with the same qualification as I told you in the district commission, and it is from within the state. Then jurisdiction of state commission, it involves complaints where the value of goods or services and compensation, if any, has to be claimed is between 10 million and 100 million rupees. Now, the state commission can also hear revision petitions against district forum. As I told you in that in the picture, if it is not addressed at the district forum, you can appeal to the state forum. Then, if it is not addressed at the state forum, you can appeal it to the national forum. Now, the appeals against the orders of state commission. Now, here, if any person is aggrieved by an order which is made by the state commission, may appeal against such orders to the national commissions within the period of 30 days. Now, the national commission may entertain an appeal after 30 days if it is satisfied that there was a sufficient cause for not filing it within that period of time. So, you get a 30-day time when you have to appeal it against the orders of the state commission to the national commission. Then coming to the National Commission. So again, in National Commission, there are a person who is or has been a judge of the Supreme Court to be appointed by the central government, who shall be its president. And this appointment is under the clause that shall be made after the consultation with the Chief Justice of India. Then there are four other members. In the State Commission and District Commissions, we had only two members. So here in the National Commission, we have four other members with the same qualification which we said for the state and district, and one of them shall be a woman. Okay, so there are total 5 members, and in that one shall be a lady. Now, the National Commission shall have a jurisdiction to entertain the complaints where the value of the goods, services, and compensation, if any, are claimed or need to be claimed exceeds rupees 100 million, and appeals against the orders of the State Commission, and also it entertains the revision petition against the State Commission. Now, there are different procedures to be followed by National Commission. Now, if a complaint containing the following particulars shall be presented by the complainant in person or by his agent to the National Commission, or be sent by the registered post addressed to the National Commission. So it should include a name, description and address of the complainant, name and description of the address of the opposite party or parties, then the facts relating to the complaint, when and where it arose, documents in support of the allegations contained in the complaint, and the relief which the complainant demands or claims. Now, the appeals against the orders of National Commission. So when you have to appeal against the orders of the National Commission, the last one is your Supreme Court. That is the final appeal. So any person who is aggrieved by an order made by the National Commission may appeal against such orders to the Supreme Court within 30 days from the date of the order. Now, the Supreme Court may entertain an appeal after 30 days, and again, if it is satisfied and there was sufficient cause for not filing it within that period of time. So these are your different forums. That is your district forum, then is your state forum, and then is your national forum, and then finally you have your Supreme Court where you have the final appeal. So if any aggrieved consumers are there, they can file it from against the district forum to the state forum, and likewise from state forum to National Forum Commission, and then from the National Commission finally to the Supreme Court. Now, there are other legal avenues for these aggrieved patients. Like one we know is the Medical Council of India and the Dental Council of India. Then we have civil courts. Then there are Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practice Commission and public interest litigations. So this is just a diagrammatic representation from the original Consumer Protection Act of 1986 and the amendment which had been made in 2019. So when we look for the provisions like regulator, so in 1986 there are no separate regulators, whereas in 2019 the Central Consumer Protection Authority has to be or is formed. Then consumer court, complaint should be filed in a consumer court where the seller or office is located. But in 2019, the consumer can file a complaint where he resides or where he is working. For product liability, there was no provision in 1986. Consumer could approach a civil court, but not a consumer court. But whereas in the amendment of 2019, consumer can seek compensation for harm caused by a product or service. Then is your pecuniary jurisdiction, that is your amount of claim. So in 1986, originally in the district forum, it was up to 20 lakhs. State, it was 20 lakhs to 1 crore. Nation was above 1 crore. Then in the amendment of 2019, district forum, it was up to 1 crore. State, 1 crore to 10 crores, and National Commission above 10 crores. E-commerce, again, there was no provision in the original 1986 Consumer Protection Act. But whereas in the amendment of 2019, all rules of direct selling extended to e-commerce. Then mediation cells, again, there were no legal provisions. in the original 1986 Consumer Protection Act, but in the amendment of Consumer Protection Act of 2019, court can refer settlement through mediations. So that's all about the Consumer Protection Act. I hope you know what is a Consumer Protection Act, what are the amendments now, who are liable and who are not liable, and different structure. So the one main important thing is that you have to remember is it is a three-tier quasi-judicial machinery. So when you remember this three-tier, you will never miss out. So first one is your district forum at the base, and then comes your state commission, then comes your national commission, and then is your final appeal to the Supreme Court. The latest Consumer Protection Act amendment was done in 2019 and it came into force on 24 July 2020. So that's all. Thank you.